everybody. Good morning and welcome to the weekend. It's Thursday.
It's the countdown to the weekend.
Hang in there. You got one more day till Friday.
And I'll do my tech stuff in the background for you.
You're playing Candy Crush.
I don't like Candy Crush. I like Mahjong. So go ahead and do the intro and I'll do my thing.
And welcome to another episode of another episode of A Blind Guy,
His Wife,
Their Life Live. On this channel, we explore entertainment, career choices, and health and wellness as we introduce you to fun and fabulous people in our personal and professional networks that we've met along the way as we shift the focus from being disabled to being differently able. We come together every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
11 a.m.
No, 11:15 a.m. U.S. Eastern Standard Time.
That's what I was trying to say. I was trying to teach you to the Eastern Standard Time.
U.S. Eastern Standard Time. And we spend 30 minutes or so with you, introducing you to these people within our network. And as you come in, again, don't forget to bum rush the button.
You know what that means, guys. Come on in, hit the thumbs up, hit the like. Everything helps other people to get this fabulous information because, of course, on this show, we bring some fabulous guests. Today is no different. So we're going to have a good time today.
And if you want to make this broadcast is member supported by viewers like you. So if you want to become part of our Blind Guy, His Wife family, how can they become a member, part of the member support team?
Well, scrolling right there at the bottom of the screen is our Buy Me a Coffee link, www.buymeacoffee.com/Blind Guy, His Wife. That means if you were to go to that site, you would see the Buy Me a Coffee logo. There's Corey and LaQuita right there on the page at the very top, but you also have this treat. This is a video because we are storytellers, so there's a story for you and you see us at the top. It does explain everything. Corey's eyes don't work. People don't realize Corey can't see, like his eyes don't work. And so we're creating videos and all of those good things. And you can buy as many coffees as you like. Keep in mind that 100% of all proceeds go to Atimpan Edutainment, our 501c3 nonprofit organization. So Corey, they can, definitely support the stream, or what really supports the stream is your thumbs up, your share. When you do those things, that really makes a difference because other people can get this information as well.
Make sure you do hit that share button because we do have some great people bringing some great information.
And what about if they're watching on the replay?
And if you watch on the replay, hashtag in the comments, replay squad.
Or just hashtag replay. People don't want to type nowadays. They want to listen, they want to read. Hashtag replay. That works.
Now we want to get our special guest coming in today. She is an educator.
What do you mean special guest coming in? We haven't even told them everything.
Yeah, I want to let them say hello to Miss Tracy because she is a fabulous person. She's found a way to break outside of the walls of a classroom and still influence the minds of young people. And she has great advice for people that are looking to start a podcast. She is none other than Tracy. We call her by her channel name, BLIS B. Black love is simply beautiful. We're gonna let her come in and say hello from her beautiful location by the lakeside.
Oh yeah, good morning.
Good morning, good morning. Well, rather grand risings. I brought the sun with me if you don't mind.
And the love it.
Grand risings to you too.
So she brought the lake, she brought the sun, she brought it all. This is going to be exciting. And you are going to tell us all about how we can create a podcast ourselves because I've seen some of your videos. She's a podcaster, she's a YouTuber, she does it all. So yes, you're going to give us all the scoop today.
And she's going to dive into the lakes of Minnetonka. No, she's not in Minnetonka yet. She's somewhere else. But we're going to put you backstage.
All right, thank you so much. We'll see you soon.
And we always end the broadcast with LaQuita Marie, Chef LaQuita Marie's plant-based treat of the day, which is going to be...
Oh, you guys, we have something good for you. This works well with those mashed potatoes that we made yesterday. That's actually how we served it. So here's a sneak peek at the plant-based treat.
Mighty meatballs.
We use the... There you go, mighty meatballs. Of course, they're plant-based. I know you can't believe it, and especially by the taste, but we're trying to get you guys to eat more fruits and vegetables.
And I'm going to read the comments today. We're going to start off with...
I got you, Corey, because you guys know I always read the comments to Corey since he can't see. So we'll start off with my mama. Hey!
Mama C in the house. That's My mama. No.
She says, good morning, everyone from Mama C. So this is cool because Mama C and BLIS B are from the NYC. So, you know.
New Yorkers in the house.
Yeah, we got all the good people. Look here. Philip Aldo Jr. says, good morning, all.
PWJ in the house. PWJ, this is a good one for you because you got that reading voice as well. So BLIS B is going to get you in the show you how to get into podcasting and audiobook reading.
Now, what about somebody here claiming first place? Listen to David Hunt. You know what? That David was first this morning. I was listening to his morning music. You know, he'll play the piano, the keys for you for about an hour, guys. Check his channel out. You'll get some great vibes. So David Hunt, and he's been a guest on the show.
Yeah, David Hunt, fabulous musician and vocalist. Check out his YouTube channel.
Wait a minute, Corey. Look who is here saying, hey, Zari.
Hey, sorry in the house.
Yes, we got our favorite niece in the house.
Wait, you better start a war.
Let me make sure none of the other nieces are watching. All right, so hey there, Zari. Hey there, El Waldo. She says, good morning. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday to you.
To you too, El Waldo.
Yeah, so happy to have you. David Hunt is saying good morning to everyone. And look who is saying Grand Rising fam.
Is that Shine Bright?
You already know who it
Shine
is.
Bright, shining bright, shine bright. You're supposed to get us up to 71 on Sunday, but it's gonna be rainy, so we need you to shine, work a little harder.
Well, at least the sun is shining for now. Philip Aldo Jr. is saying the beautiful is here today. Mama, that's what I'm talking about. And even our Watoto are in the chat saying, hey fam, that's our children, our Watoto. And Philip Aldo Jr. is shouting out Dr. David. Listen to our kids. Well, hey, grandma, don't be in that chat asking for stuff, y'all. We know how y'all do. We got Shine Bright reminding you guys, please hit that like button. It's the thumbs up button. And Philip Waldo Jr. is also saying hello to the little girls. We got David Hunt. He's part of the hashtag Live Squad. I appreciate you.
All right.
Of course, our children are saying hello and waving. And Philip Waldo Jr. is saying what David said, hashtag Live Squad. Folks are already welcoming BLIS B. Shine Bright is saying, hey, BLIS B, beautiful scenery. And Valanta Queen is saying, fam, hey, BLIS B.
Valanta Queen.
Yes, you guys know what to do. Go to We Buy Black, Queen's Creations, Queens with the Z, or you can go to her Facebook page, Braids by Q, Braids, BRADIZ. By QUE if you want to grab any of her products because she's a creative and we have quite a few things from her. I can't reach the puzzle over there. We've ordered quite a few things, puzzles specifically, but she does t-shirts, shirts, and all those good things. That's not our kids. Oh yes, girl, the leg. And then they're also saying hi to Valanta Queen. T Rich, good morning. Hey fam, love y'all is what she's saying.
T Rich, how you doing?
So nice to have you here. And Philip Waldo Jr. got jokes talking about Corey can read.
Yes I can. But Philip and LaQuita cannot count.
You know what?
1, 2, 1.
Corey, be quiet. We won't tell that story. So Nov is saying Corey is reading the comments today. See, now she's helping him.
So Nov saying Corey is reading the comments today.
No, Corey, let's get to our guest because we've got our children in here laughing and the guest is backstage waiting and we have an action-packed episode. So Corey, why don't you get on with the introduction?
Today's special guest is none other than an educator extraordinaire in her own right and a podcast creator herself. She started out with studying criminal justice, but found that she wanted to influence young minds outside of that public school to prison pipeline. She didn't want to go into the classroom necessarily, but she wanted to be a mentor and influencer. So she started her journey with being a resident director at a HBCU, a historically Black college and university, and it took her all the way to today where she is a creator of a podcast and her own YouTube channel where she reads audiobooks for educational purposes. She's going to share her tips and tricks of the trade. She is none other than Tracy, but we go by her channel name, Black Love is Simply Beautiful, or her channel name, BLIS B. It's time for today's featured guest. It's time for BLIS B. Hey, how you doing today?
I'm doing amazing. How are you? So Corey's reading the comments. Is that what I heard? Is that right?
Don't believe the hype. Listen, don't believe the hype, because I have a comment on the screen from Shine Bright saying, "Welcome, Bliss B." I got you covered, Corey.
Shine Bright said, welcome, Bliss B.
Thank you, Chime Bright.
So where should we start with you? Because you have so many things that are, oh my goodness, like you're an educator, you're a mother, you're a grandmother. Lynn Turner is in here saying, greetings, fam, and Bliss B. Valanta Queen is clapping for you. You know, Philip Waldo Jr., welcome, Bliss B. Even our kids are in there clapping and saying welcome, and all the way from the Netherlands.
My thoughts on everything. See, my thoughts on everything. You can start your own reading channel. I read you everything.
Right. So he's saying, hey, I've been away for a while, but I'm here again to watch this great YouTuber's greatness at work again. So Corey, you can figure out where we're going to start. Have good welcome, welcome, welcome to the Cosmic Queen. She says, peace, Bliss B. I'm super excited for this live. So
she is the Cosmic Queen. Won't you come and dance with her?
What kind of song is that?
Parliament and the Funkadelics.
Oh, did you know that song, Bliss B?
It was a remix.
Okay, she says no. Well, let's start with you, because I know that Bliss B means Black love is simply beautiful, and you have a podcast. You started this podcast reading books that are fair use so that people can basically become educated, and you started a YouTube channel in the pandemic so that rather than just have your books on the podcast, in the podcast circuit, for people that are on YouTube, like I watch a lot of YouTube videos, I can listen in, Corey can listen in, because sometimes the apps don't work for him. And so he can actually listen to books on your YouTube channel as well. So basically, with all of your podcasting experience, how did you get started? You know, I know you're an educator, and I know that has a part in it. So tell us how you got started into podcasting.
Well, like you said, it was during the pandemic, so that was in March 2020. Educator is a great word, but focusing on books specifically, because there's a lot of ways to educate, right? I'm being educated when I'm sitting out here in nature, but specifically books, I'd like to encourage a reading culture, a reading culture. So whether you're listening to it or purchasing the book yourself or watching the video, it's reading culture. I want to, my part in it is to encourage a love of reading again. At some point in our history, we literally couldn't. So that might be why sometimes in our DNA, some of us don't like to. So I'm hoping, and this is one of my prayers, that with me doing a podcast and YouTube, that I'm encouraging a reading culture, not just for me or my friends or my circle, but in general, because our books need to be heard around the world.
We do this.
Nice.
We do have some clicking going on, so we do apologize for that, but we're going to keep going because we can hear you just fine.
We can hear you just fine, and that's a part of what I love about what you're doing, because of course, it's a podcast. We can hear it. You know, Corey, my thoughts on everything is laughing at you saying, Corey. My brother, and Philip Waldo Jr. is saying, I knew it, Corey. You know, like you can read, you can see this stuff. But for those of us that are listening, that means that when we go to YouTube or when we go to the podcast, then what we'll see is, let me go back to some of your not book covers, but right here, Bringing Books to Life with Bliss B. This is what people will see, so that Corey can listen in if he was, listening on a podcast, but on YouTube, then we also will just look for Bliss B, which means Black love is simply beautiful. And I know you're out there in nature. You're saying that, hey, it's all about education. We've got photos of you with people out in nature. Corey, here they are, like climbing. They're mountain climbing. She's got young people. They're laughing and eating. She's always surrounded by these young people. I mean, from my understanding, you mentor these folks. So when you're out here in a boat or hiking, You know, you are mentoring them. There's a deeper experience. So explain to us, what's your connection to these young people? Because you said you want to definitely have that connection to nature, but also education.
So those pictures are specifically from my time as a residence hall director, new res at Johnson C. Smith University here in Charlotte, North Carolina, a historically black college and university. And I had a staff of 14, but all of the students on the campus were my students. All of the students were connected with me. That was the school where I got my degree, my bachelor's degree in criminology. And at first, I started out working with the campus police department because that's what my degree was in. But then I had such a relationship with all of the students that the residence life department pulled me in, and I mean, they pulled me away from the campus police department. And being a residence hall director was still to this day the best paid job I've ever had.
Right. And so here you are with students surrounding you. Like you said, this was just one of your favorite times. Here's your office door. We can see right there on the door, it says Miss B. And then we also see even in your office, you know, these young people are surrounding you. You're giving them life. Now, this is also at the university where you're creating this cork board. It's an information board, but then we also see it here in the background where it's finished. And this is like an Afrocentric board. We can see where it has the red, black, and green. There are ankhs on there. There are sayings. So this looks like a hub. There's a counter here. There's a screen. So students frequent this area. Tell us about that board that you were creating. How is this impactful for them?
So in my office, I was able to bring my books with me. I lived on campus while I was there. And so my office was downstairs from my apartment. And I brought my books downstairs. I didn't keep my books up there with me. I brought my books downstairs. And in reading the books and viewing the books, the students started asking me questions. So it became an opportunity to share what I learned about our culture, our heritage, our connection to nature and God or the Creator from an African perspective. And that's what I did there with that corkboard, with the students, with my podcast, with my YouTube, with my life, because my life is African centered. And I feel like a lot of the teaching that we get is from outside of us. And so my efforts are to teach from the inside of who we are because Black love is simply beautiful. And that's, it all ties into who I am, who I came here to be.
And I
Right.
think that's interesting that you say that because a lot of times the assumption is that if students are going to a historically black university or college, they come with an Afrocentric mindset, and that's not necessarily the case. And I think that's a great.
Because a lot of the books that
No,
she reads are,
no.
yeah, she's like, no,
Right. That's what I'm saying. I think it's great that you were influencing them to actually become more Afrocentric in their thought processes by the books you were exposing them to, the information you were exposing them to, as being their resident hall director.
Now, Sonia with the Y is singing, probably singing because she's a vocalist. Terrific Thursday to you all. And so I know that on your YouTube channel, we do have, let me make sure we have your information here so that people know exactly where to find it, where to find your podcast, where to find your Instagram. And so if we were to go to your YouTube channel, this is where we will see like whatever book we want to listen to, then what happens is we will see, just like a playlist here. So this is your channel, BLIS B, easy to find.
Yes.
When I click on videos, it'll show me like chapter 7, chapter 8. So we don't have to listen to a whole book at a time. It's all broken down into different sections. And when we go to the playlist, then we can find the specific book that we want. And each book is broken down into chapters. So this is like so well organized. How did you know what to do when you were getting this podcast started? Because if people want to do something like this, you know, they're going to really say, well, where do I get started? You know what I mean? Just so that you know, XDMC is a fan. He says, yes, your most calming voice I know, BLIS B in the house. And Shine Bright is saying she just loves your spirit. You are a fan already. We got the Cosmic Queen saying, hi, Grandma. Everybody's talking to my mama, you know. We've got our children saying, Philip Waldo Jr. is saying, cool BLIS B. Now, Corey, I'm taking the grandma information, but those are her grandchildren.
Trying to flat out.
I know, right? I'm trying to make everybody talk to my mama. I know. That's from your grandchildren, Elijah and Trey. And so, good morning, Antoinette Jones. Oh, that's so sweet. She's sending them hugs and kisses. And you know, your grandchildren definitely are the reason why. So I know, like, you know, you said you love things Afrocentric, and here they are. You got them in a museum. Here they are sitting in the chairs underneath the word Sankofa, which means to go back and fetch it. So while you're moving forward, you reach back to the past to better yourself as you move forward. So tell us, how do we get this started? If we need to know what's the first step, how do we go? Because your why is on the screen. These kids, grandkids, are the reason why you're doing this. How do we get started?
The very first step, in anything is to take it to the higher power within you. I prayed when the pandemic started. You know, you hear the term, let your habits, or your hobbies rather, make you money. So my hobby is reading, and I kept questioning. I took it to my altar, lit candles, thanked the creator for my gifts. But what am I to do with this gift? I want to do something. Love is an action verb. I love the ancestors. I love my culture. I love my grandchildren. I love me. I love my children. Ah, how do I take this gift forward so I can give it to the world, right? And they just led me to the apps that we have available, like Anchor. Anchor is where I started out. And with Anchor, it's so user friendly, it's simple. You download the app and you just follow the prompts and you get started. What they do is they do the distribution for you and they send it out to Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, Castbox, Podbean. I'm on all of the platforms, and Anchor did it. It's also a stream of an income stream because they become your first sponsor, and then if people like your podcast, they can sponsor you. So if anybody likes my podcast and wants to sponsor me, you can do it for 99 cents a month, $4.99 a month, or $9.99 a month. And it's like a subscription. So you can get subscribers that way, paid subscribers, or you can get sponsors. But with the types of books I read, they're not mainstream books. So people tend to be kind of hesitant at first. But I do have a couple of supporters who subscribe every month and keep the podcast going.
You know, that's what I was going to ask you. I was going, oh goodness, I have taken the lady off the screen. Sorry about that, BLIS B. I just took you completely out when I was going to ask you a question. Um, I like the fact that you talked about subscriptions, that, you know, Anchor is free. Anybody can get started. Basically,
Anybody.
you can, and anybody, and they can get paid because, you know, Corey and I, when you see like this snake plant holding up things like our CDs, this was one of our first Oink Yeah, the Three Little Pigs remix. You know, we did this, like you were saying, on a budget. Now I got to find a different leaf. On a budget, we got our other CDs back here, Safari, Feed Little Pigs. And people will say, oh, that's cute, but we got a distribution package when we did this so that it automatically put it onto Amazon, iTunes, all the Google Play Store, all the places so that people
CD baby.
yeah, so that people can find it. Because like you're saying, we get royalty payments every so often from people around the world, which makes you an international artist.
Right, because we have people from Thailand, Vietnam, we have people from
Yes.
Australia, different parts of the continent of Africa, Russia even have
And you
purchased Greenland, Iceland, and some of the places you got, people are actually checking me out there, and it's like, wow, I'm an international, you know, artist now,
Yes.
right. And
just based on this
so
Yes.
digital environment.
Yes.
based on this digital environment. And that's what I was going to go to. This screen right here, I'm going to show this is what we see when we go to your podcast. This is like a screenshot showing the description, what this chapter is about. You create this every time you upload to the podcast, but how do we know what to say? I mean, do you have to be a writer? Is it as easy as posting to Facebook? Or can you be, do we have to be an educator like yourself?
We're all educators. I believe that with
Mm,
everything in me. We're all educators. We all have something to say. So if a book touches you, for me, I use the point of the book that I want to teach about. But if a book touches
mhm.
you, say that. The podcast is just open and free. You can express yourself because somebody it's going to resonate with somebody. Maybe not everybody, but somebody. So speak what this book says to you. Or not even if you're not doing books, whatever your podcast is about. Speak about how it touches you. People like a personal touch, a personal story. So if you speak about that, that's what you write. It's not complicated. It's just like posting to Facebook. Exactly like posting to Facebook.
Nice. I like that. And like you said, all of us are educators. Corey, on the screen right now, there's she has on a teach shirt. This is when she was a part of Teach
Teach
for
America.
America. Yes. And so she went through this training. Oh, good grief. Now I lost the picture. I'll bring it back up. She went through this training. Here's some of the swag that you get, so that if she wanted to hone her teaching skills, and there's a Charlotte, North Carolina magnet, Teach for America, Charlotte. This was a tool so that if you want to teach, you can. And I just have different pictures here also of your classroom. So you were in the classroom, you've been an educator, and here's a picture, Corey, of Black Wall Street, because she was in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and there's her ID from when she was there at the University of Tulsa for Teach for America. And so, speaking of being an educator, speaking of the classroom, did that help? Because you're talking to us right now and you have a great voice, but you've been speaking to children in the classroom. Do you have to change your voice when you are podcasting for your own particular podcast? Do you have any, like Philip Waldo Jr. was on here, and he was giving us speaking exercises. He takes voiceover classes and coaching, and so he uses his voice. Did you have to do any of that? Did the classroom prepare you? What's your take on it?
Spirit guides me. Before I read any book out loud to my audience, I come here. I want to show the audience where I am. I come here and I go through the book and I highlight what speaks to me, what jumps out to me, and I read it out loud to myself first. So I'm guided by spirit. When I was in the classroom with the children, they have energy too. So you go with their energy. I was the leader in the classroom, so I didn't let their energy change me, whether they were misbehaving or behaving. Either way, I kept my balance because I was the leader in that classroom. But their energy influenced how I spoke to them, of course, because I spoke to them with love and I wanted them to learn. My kindergarteners, it was a summer school program through Teach for America, which is a way to get into teaching, like you said. I have a bachelor's degree in criminology, but I didn't have a teaching degree. So Teach for America gave me those tools, like you said, to teach that particular classroom. And my kindergartners did very well. All of them took their test at the end of the summer and made it to first grade. I'm proud of that accomplishment. But as far as my voice, my speaking voice, it adjusts according to how I'm feeling, whether that's good or bad, but it adjusts according to how I'm feeling actually.
You see the smile on my face, so you know what's coming, right?
Don't start, Corey. Don't start, Corey. Don't start, Corey. Don't start. Don't start. Let them listen for themselves. Let them hear it for themselves.
Right.
I won't give away her
Don't
secret,
do
but
it.
she does have a very soothing voice.
Well, I want to definitely share because if people want to also find you, we have it scrolling at the bottom. But if people want to know more about you, just as a person and how you educate, then they can also go to your Instagram channel at Black Love is Simply Beautiful. And so there, that's where we see your why on the screen again, the grandkids there looking cute and sweet. We've got hearts coming in from investor. Thank you so much. Philip Waldo Jr. is just calling your name, Corey, 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 Corey. And so when we go here, Black Love is Simply Beautiful, you have plenty of content regarding different things, you know, some of the books that you read, but then also some of your life story and all of those good things. And of course, there's that lake. This is where you are right now. Is that correct?
No, that's a different. I have a lot of locations I go to. That's a beachfront lake. That's a different area.
You
But
got
I
all the
love
spots. Right. So this is wonderful. So we can follow you here. And another thing is that you talk sometimes about the food that you're eating. So I know that, well, we got a picture here of some food, and we're going to be heading into our plant-based treat soon and very soon. Corey, did you have something you were going to ask her about that?
Well, I was going to ask her, what types of plant? I know you have specific plant-based treats that are you completely plant-based, or you still working your way towards that?
No, I want to. The mother of my grandchildren, shout out to my daughter-in-law, she's so beautiful. She's an
Oh,
inspiration to me. And there goes my,
yeah,
she's the
yeah,
Cosmic
she's giving
Queen
you
is the mother
hearts.
of my grandchildren. And she's totally vegan. So I take a little inspiration from her. I'm not totally vegan. I want to be for health reasons. I want to improve my health, and the best way to improve it is to be totally plant-based for me. And I try, but sometimes I go back to the chicken. I don't do any beef. I don't do any pork, chicken and turkey and fish. But hopefully one day, not hopefully, I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
So
So basically, though, what you're saying is you get plenty of fruits and vegetables because the
Plenty.
main thing
Yes.
is, you know, for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, our goal is to eat fruits and vegetables. So include those at every meal is our
At
take.
every
You
meal.
know,
Yes. Yes.
any parting advice that
Absolutely.
you
so
can
the Cosmic Queen is sending love. Of course, she's got all the smiles. Oh.
any parting advice that you want to give to those people that are looking to reach others, whether it be through podcasts or through YouTube, that they want to reach others and influence and shape the way that people think and learn, such as you have done.
believe believe in yourself, the divinity within you, the power within you. You were born with it all. And then once you believe in yourself, take it to the higher power to give you, to infuse you with that courage to go ahead and take that action that you know you need to take. We all have something to contribute. So we need you. We need your gifts. So whoever's holding back, don't hold back no more. Please, we need your gifts. Please.
Thank you.
Thank
This has
you.
been wonderful. Wise words to live by. And so that I think that's going to put us right into our next segment because I believe in me. I have believed in my food for a very long time. Corey, Corey has just been along for the ride. So we'll have to have you back another time. But this has been wonderful. And we will see you
Wonderful.
soon. Our audience has been just gracious. So thank
Mm,
you.
So we're
thank
gonna put you
you. Thank
backstage.
you.
All
We're
right.
gonna put you backstage, hang out there for us for a while. We'll talk to you when the broadcast is over. And now, for the moment we've all been waiting for, it's time for today's plant-based treat by Chef LaQuita Marie.
Mighty Meatballs.
We used an assortment of fresh and frozen vegetables. Just pause the video to see them all.
Cook the vegetables in a cup of water until soft.
Some thyme. Gonna make it a whole teaspoon. Some fennel. This will give it that sausage flavor.
Thyme has antibiotic properties that fight off respiratory infections like bronchitis or the common cold. Fennel has selenium for improved liver function and reducing inflammation.
A vegetable bouillon.
Brussels sprouts, cauliflower, and broccoli have vitamin C, E, and beta-carotene that are powerful antioxidants that are great for vision.
A teaspoon of seasoning salt. A tablespoon of smoked paprika.
Parsley is full of flavonoids that lower the risk of cancer, Alzheimer's, and Parkinson's disease, and atherosclerosis.
So we're just gonna get everything blended.
Paprika has antioxidant properties that reduce the risk of cancer and heart disease, can improve immunity, and alleviate gas.
Get it pureed really smooth.
Vital wheat gluten is high in protein, full of selenium and iron, and it's soy-free.
Take half of this out. Vital wheat gluten.
Add 2 cups of vital wheat gluten. You'll add more later.
Garlic and onions lower blood pressure, regulate diabetes, and reduce hardening of the arteries.
Another cup and a half.
Spinach has beta-carotene, lutein, and chlorophyll for healthy immune systems and good vision.
Small meatballs.
Create meatballs out of the entire mixture. Layer the meatballs loosely in the steamer so that they don't touch. Add 3 cups of water to the pot so it doesn't touch the meatballs.
Stack the meatballs, steam for 2 hours. The coffee filters keep the meatballs from sticking to each other.
All done.
As a recent meat eater, these meatballs had the texture and flavor that I'm used to when eating a meatball.
All right.
Hey, we want to thank BLIS B for coming on today, encouraging us. All of you out there, you have a gift and you can want to influence others, put it in a podcast or a YouTube channel, like our man Prince Kwesi, all the way in Ghana.
Yeah, you know what? Philip Waldo Jr. was saying, yes, BLIS B, you have to believe, because that was the last thing she said. And then he also noticed that look on your face before Prince Kwesi came in from Ghana talking about, hey, people, what I missed?
Prince Kwesi. Prince, I got this. I guess I should have known. By the way I jumped in the water, I can swim it last.
Guys, if you want to understand what Corey's talking about, go to Prince Kwesi's YouTube channel. It's called Prince Kwesi. He's in Ghana, so you can see what's happening in Ghana right now when you go there. And everybody's saying hello to him. Philip Waldo Jr. saying hello. XDMC, thank you for saying excellent show as always.
XDMC has his own YouTube. It's Barnstorming
Productions. So if you want to really know how, like, my editing isn't like commercial level, you know, he does the real stuff for the networks and all those good things. So the other thing is Prince Kwesi talking too much. See, here's what happened, Corey. He was at a Ghanaian wedding, and I noticed that they were passing out so much money during the wedding dance, and now he's saying, hey, Corey, LaQuita says she wants another marriage. I think with you. So she can do the Ghanaian marriage dance and collect CDs, which is the Ghanaian curry. What say you?
Hey, look, I'll do this. If somebody can give me those CDs, then they can do the marriage part.
Hey, okay. All right. Well, thank you, Cecil and Sonia Brown, for appreciating that recipe. I'll have to freeze some and mail it to you because they're really good.
Meal and meatballs. Right.
I know, mail it. Yeah. You know what? Don't talk bad about him, XDMC, talking about leaving Prince Kwesi to show up late. He's on Ghanaian time, so it's different over there. Elijah Holloway is saying goodbye, Grandma.
All right, Elijah and the Cosmic Queen, thanks for joining us today.
Yes. And so everybody's up in there chatting and all of those good things. You know what? We're not letting them come in anymore. I'll just show Elijah's. He's saying from Elijah, just in case BLIS B didn't know it was him. So, you know, all the guys are talking, XDMC and Prince Kwesi, they're talking to each other. How do we say goodbye today, Corey, so that we can get ready for the weekend? One more day and we're there.
We just want to say thank you for joining us on this episode of Blind Guy.
His wife.
Their life. Remember, this broadcast is viewer supported by members like you. So keep joining us every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday from 11:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
David Hunt says, love it. Now he is saying, pal, we're going to see them in a minute.
Make sure that you hit the share button because this is some valuable information that other people can use to launch their careers as podcasters. So thank you for joining us on this episode of A Blind Guy.
His wife.
Their Life Live. And to say goodbye, we're going to say goodbye by saying deuces.
Deuces.